A Fayette County man pleads guilty to animal cruelty.
Plus a high-speed chase that sends one Princeton police officer to the hospital. WMLT News starts right now. Hello and welcome to WMLT News. I'm Nathan Wilcox.
And I'm Austin Bess. Princeton police officer E.D. Leftwich was involved in an accident caused by a high-speed chase last Tuesday. A driver was speeding on Old Bluefield Road in Princeton and refused to pull over when Officer Leftwich attempted a traffic stop. The driver struck 3 police vehicles, including Officer Leftwich's car, trying to escape, but was soon apprehended and arrested. Officer Leftwich had to be cut out of his vehicle by rescue personnel and was taken to the hospital after the accident. He was released later that same day.
A drug bust at a home in the Oak Hill area occurred earlier this week. According to authorities, 3 suspects were arrested on a scene and with a notable amount of illegal drugs was confiscated. The Oak Hill police officer said undercover officers purchased a powerful drug, roxicodone, from the suspects at the home. Shortly after, the police department issued a search warrant at the house, and the suspects were taken into custody. Each suspect has been charged with possession with an intent to deliver marijuana and roxicodone, as well as conspiracy. At the moment, the 3 suspects await arraignment at Southern Regional Jail.
Last October, a Fayette County man was charged of throwing a box of live cats into an open fire. According to a Fayette County prosecuting attorney, suspect Michael Ford pled guilty to charges, including 3 counts of animal cruelty. Ford is looking at a sentence of 3 to 15 years of jail time, along with corresponding fines. His sentencing has been set for April the 10th.
West Virginia's Senate delayed voting on a bill that would raise teachers' annual salaries by $1,000. The current minimum salary for an entry-level teacher is little over $20,000 a year. If passed, the bill would also gradually increase the entry-level wage to over $40,000 a year. West Virginia is currently one of the lowest-paying states for teachers. Once the bill passes through the Senate, it will be subject for the House of Delegates to vote on. On February 22nd, a local vet clinic's barn burned down. The barn was used to contain livestock. Union's fire chief stated, quote, "We got here and tried to keep the fire from spreading, but it was so hot it melted the siding on the clinic," end quote. It took 5 different fire crews to contain the burning building, managing to save the main clinic that stands beside it. According to the report, only 6 of the livestock animals kept in the barn died. The animals in the main clinic remained unharmed.
Jared Klein recently took a look at the new law concerning pharmaceutical regulations.
The next time you go to your local pharmacy, you may not be able to get certain cold medicines without a prescription. That's because the West Virginia Senate recently passed legislation that may make medicines that contain the ingredient methamphetamine only available behind the counter. This is the drug used to create street meth. Some products that may be affected include the brands Sudafed, Theraflu, Tylenol, and NyQuil. John Hickman owns a pharmacy in Princeton. From his standpoint, the law has its benefits. But he can also see an obvious downside. Julie Triolo works at another pharmacy near Hickman's. She says that she can see both sides of the argument. But even though there was a record number of meth labs seized in the state last year, Hickman does not see the problem in Princeton. Some organizations have come out against the bill, including the Consumer Healthcare Products Association out of Arlington, Virginia. The bill next moves to the House of Delegates before it has a chance to become a law. For WMLT News, I'm Jared Klein.
For the past year, Concord University Library has gone through some intense renovations, but the biggest change has been uncovering the windows that look down on the main floor. The process started last year and was completed at the end of the fall 2013 semester. The windows were covered in the late 20th century and reappeared just this last year. Students feel that bringing the windows back was a good decision, saying that they allow more natural light into the library and keep it brighter throughout the day.
Stay tuned. We'll have more WMLT news in just a moment. President Barack Obama has warned his Afghan counterpart, President Hamid Karzai, that the U.S. may pull troops out of his country by the end of the year. The U.S. troops have been in Afghanistan since 2001. Correspondents say the holdup is due to a disagreement over the bilateral security agreement, which offers legal protection for U.S. troops and defines a post-2014 NATO training and anti-insurgent mission. The bilateral security agreement was agreed upon by the two countries last year after months of negotiation. President Karzai has refused to sign the deal until a peace process is underway with the Taliban, and that if he were to sign it, he would become responsible if Afghanis were to be killed by U.S. bombs. The White House has quoted in a statement saying, quote, President Obama told President Karzai that because he has demonstrated that it is unlikely he will sign the bilateral security agreement, the United States is planning on moving forward with additional contingency planning, end quote. And now with your Ticket or Leave It, here's Jesse Stevens.
Thanks, guys. If you never made it out to the movies to see the award-winning film Captain Phillips, you don't know what you're missing. The movie tells the story of the Somali pirate attack on the cargo ship the Maersk, Alabama. From the very beginning of the pirates' pursuit to the dramatic ending, you won't be able to help moving to the edge of your seat. The acting in the movie is incredible. Tom Hanks provides an amazing performance as the main character, Richard Phillips. His emotion is so powerful that you will feel everything he is going through. The leader of the pirate band is played by Somali-American actor Barkhad Abdi. In his first major role, Abdi takes on the character and puts on an earth-shattering performance. Captain Phillips has received over 60 nominations for prestigious awards and won almost 20 of them, including Best Motion Picture of the Year, Best Performance by an Actor in a Motion Picture, and Best Performance by an Actor in a Supporting Role. Thrilling from start to finish, Captain Phillips gets a rating of 4.5 out of 5. If you haven't already, you need to buy this movie. But be prepared to hold your breath until the very end, maybe even the next day. And that's all for this edition of Ticket or Leave It. I'm Jesse Stevens.
Now with your CU Minute, here's Brady Meadows.
Concord celebrated its 142nd birthday with a convocation last Tuesday in the auditorium of the Alexander Fine Arts Building. The event, which recognized not only the founding of the campus, but awarded outstanding students, faculty, and staff, also hosted Lori McKinney, the director of the Riff Raff Arts Collection and a volunteer with the Princeton Renaissance Project. Concord's intern president, Dr. Kendra Bogus, declared 2014 the year for the Renaissance for the Campus Beautiful. On another artistic note, Concord also hosted the Baltic Duo in concert February 21st, the duo which features Concord's own Laurel Black on marimba and Venezuelan violinist Natalie Calma, never before performed outside of Boston, and offered many opportunities for those who attended. Concord will be holding a career fair on Thursday, March 20th, in its university ballroom between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. Any business interested is encouraged to contact Dr. Susan Williams. That's all for the CU Minute. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Brady. Despite a variety of change in weather, winter is still not over. Here to give some quick tips for staying prepared for the cold weather is Dalton Paul.
Thanks, guys. 1 week, West Virginia is a winter wonderland, and the next, it's 60 degrees and sunny. With that being said, here are some tips to help you stay prepared for winter weather. Winterize your vehicle by maintaining antifreeze levels, installing good winter tires, buying a windshield de-icing fluid, and keeping an ice scraper in your car. Also, prepare yourself for power outages by keeping blankets, canned food, batteries, flashlights, and a first aid kit nearby. And finally, reduce hazards by avoiding icy sidewalks and snowdrifts when traveling. As Concord Charlie predicted, winter's here to stay, so make sure you are prepared. That's it for winter safety tips. Back to you guys at the desk.
And now with WMLT Sports, here's Daryl Johnson.
Hi, I'm Daryl Johnson. The NFL Combine was last week, and it was definitely one for the ages. No event at the NFL Scouting Combine in Indianapolis, Indiana, is more scrutinized than the 40-yard dash. Among the highlights, Texas A&M's Johnny Manziel led the first group of quarterbacks with an official time of 4.6 in the 40-yard dash. Clemson's Sammy Watkins ran an official time of 4.43 seconds in the 40-yard dash. The times will help cement Watkins' status as the top-rated wide receiver for May's draft class. Kent State's Dre Archer was the first prospect to break the 4.3-second barrier with an official time of 4.26 seconds in the 40-yard dash. The mark was 0.02 seconds behind Tennessee Titans running back Chris Johnson for the fastest time ever recorded in NFL history. Other top performers in the Combine in the three other main categories, which are bench press, vertical jump, and broad jump, include North Carolina's Russell Bodine, who led all with 42 repetitions at 225 pounds. Ohio State's linebacker Ryan Shazier had a vertical jump of 42 inches, and Latch Seastrunk posted the best broad jump, 11 feet 2 inches of the weekend. All performers can do now is wait till the timer starts ticking on the NFL draft clock, May 8th. Now back to Austin and Nathan at the desk.
Last weekend, Mercer Mall saw a huge turnout for the annual bridal show, hosted by Princeton radio station Star 95.9. The event was open for everyone to attend, but was focused on brides-to-be and those who were planning weddings. Representatives from several local companies attended, ranging from jewelers to cake makers. At the events, names were drawn from the participating bride-to-be to compete in the Bride Olympics, a series of games such as bouquet tossing and cake eating, with the grand prize being a cabin rental certificate to be used on a honeymoon getaway. The event, which ended around 4 o'clock last Saturday afternoon, was originally planned for the weekend before, but was rescheduled due to inclement weather.
A new menu is debuting at the Bluestone Dining Room at Pipestem. Brady Meadows has more.
Here at Pipestem State Park, there is a new menu at the Bluestone Dining Room. The restaurant is located in McKeever Lodge and provides a place for visitors and local residents alike to go and enjoy a meal. I asked the manager of the Bluestone restaurant, Jacob Blankenship, to discuss what direction the dining room is going.
We recently hired a new chef, Chris Gould, and when we sat down to do our menus, we really concentrated on lowering our price points so that we could get people from the local community in here to come up and have an outstanding meal at a very affordable price.
Chef Chris Gould of New Orleans, Louisiana, has been working in professional kitchens for 18 years. I sat down with Chris to talk about how he would bring a New Orleans style of cooking to southern West Virginia.
You know, used to a lot of seafood in New Orleans, and I brought that to here. We have quite a few seafood platters and some pastas, and the trout I put a crawfish cream sauce on. So I'm trying to incorporate some of the ingredients from New Orleans to here, but also trying to please everybody, because typically Cajun food is a little spicy,
right?
And I know that lots of country food necessarily isn't very spicy, so I kind of meet in the middle.
This country Cajun combination certainly is delicious. From Pipestem State Park in Summers County, I'm Brady Meadows for WMLT.
Thanks for joining us on WMLT News. I'm Nathan Wilcox.
And I'm Austin Best. Tune in again in 2 weeks.